Hello and welcome to another brand new episode of Mail Call Madness. This, I think, is our Blackjack episode, number 21. Am I right, Dom?
21. Dos y uno.
I am Jedi Johnson 22, and as always, I am joined by the great Domtober. And so it's going to be another episode full of package openings. We're going to talk toys and collectibles. And as always, let me get him in position. Dom is going to kick us off with opening up something. What you got, Dom?
This one is from Hasbro. Oh, I have a little story now. So apparently I went away for the weekend. Come back.
You don't know if you did?
The porch pirates struck again.
No way.
Yeah. So not only did they take a package of mine, they took a package, my neighbor's package too as well on Friday. So I wasn't here. So, I'm pissed off, but I got a solution.
Do you know which one it was? Do you know what they took?
Yeah, I know what they took. But I got a solution next because I had two things from Hasbro that are showing up figures. So, hey, you know what? They needed it more than I did. I hope somebody had a great Christmas with my toy.
Well, that's mighty big of you, mighty kind, but come on. Horse power.
I'm being sarcastic. I'm being sarcastic. Because if I'm going to explode, well, I exploded the last time, which was much more to me.
Yeah, I'm worried now that they think that you're an easy target or something. So,
well, listen, because
a month or two,
and I know it's somebody in my complex, in my building. It definitely is, because there's no way in hell that anybody can come to the building and randomly just check the floors and grab anything, this and that. So they targeting this floor because they know that I get packages. But hey, all right.
Are you going to get a post office box now?
Yeah, I'm gonna start I'm gonna definitely have like smaller items when sent to my job, and then like bigger items I'll have a PO box. Because hey, listen, I can't get my neighbors. They, God bless them, they do me a favor all the time, and
yeah, they do the best they can.
The best they can. You know what? And like at the end of the day, I'm not gonna obligate them to do me a favor every time I get a package. They're busy,
If you get a post office box, now you got to go back to all the different places that you have accounts, and you got to change your address.
Yeah. Well, I'll figure it out.
Order, I guess.
I have some stuff that's coming in the new year that I definitely need to change addresses, because anyway, enough of the sobbiness.
Yeah.
I'll be upset. All right, so I was able to pick up G.I. Joe, the Crimson Guard.
Is that the one Pete opened up a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, Pete had this one. So apparently the one I know that was stolen was my Zorana, my Zartan sister, which son of a bitch. But it is what it is. I got this. It makes me think I have to cut back on stuff because I get too much stuff. So if I cut back, less problems with packages and less problems with the BS and dealing and worrying and having anxiety when I'm at work that something's coming. And to make sure, I know tomorrow, I know that not tomorrow, but this week sometime I'm getting a package that my wife's going to be home, so I'm happy about that.
Okay.
When it does come. But yeah, Crimson Guard. Happy
so
to
your post person, they'll ring the bell before they leave it at the door, right? To let you know.
Sometimes you'd be surprised. No,
they should.
The thing that bothers me the most is that my UPS man that retired last year, he was the best. Find a package in another building of mine, bring it to me. He knew, and used to hold stuff, go to the neighbors. He knew what to do.
Yeah.
These new people, they have no clue. No.
Well, best of luck. 2023, we'll keep some good vibes going for 2023. Definitely. So, as I said in the opening, this is our Blackjack episode 21, and we're going to do a review real quick, what you're watching. And if you've watched this show, you understand the relationship, I guess, between this show and blackjack, my little blackjack line. But anyway, let me know if you've been watching this, or let me know if your wife has been watching this, Dom. It is Alice in Borderland on Netflix. Now, this is season 2 of Alice in Borderland. It dropped last week.
Okay.
It is a Japanese show, kind of in the same genre as the very popular Korean show Squid Games.
Okay.
So it's kind of like that, kind of, into that you got to solve puzzles, you got to solve, or else you get, one of those, kind of like Squid Game. Did you watch Squid Game?
You know what? We have that on our list of stuff to watch. My wife has been. I'm far behind.
So it's kind of the same. So what I didn't know until I actually finished season 2, and I started doing a little watching on, some recaps, or not recaps, but some explanation videos on the ending. Was that this show is actually based on a Japanese manga. Manga. And I guess it was popular enough that they made a TV series out of it. And I guess before that, it was also a anime series. So, and now it's been adapted into live action. So, this show basically is these teenagers, the 3 young men, kind of in the bottom center of the picture collage that I made there. They find themselves, well, they're out, just having a day of horsing around in the busy streets of Tokyo. They're crossing an intersection. They see some fireworks, and they find themselves transported to this. It's still Tokyo, but it's not their Tokyo. And they have to solve these games every couple of hours, depending on the difficulty of the game. The more difficult the game is, the more hours they get. Their visa is what they call them. And if they don't solve another game before the visa runs out, a laser beam comes down from the heavens and kills them. Yeah. So I don't want to. I mean, I reckon I'll just go ahead and go to the next one. So I gave this thing a what is this? I'm not a poker player. This is a
Full House
Royal Straight, right?
It's a straight.
So each one of the games. So I give this a 5 out of 10, and I was teetering on maybe giving it a 4.5, but I went ahead and gave it a 5 because a lot of people I talked to were really looking forward to this season 2 dropping.
So how many episodes?
8 episodes, I think, in each season. So each one of the games has a playing card assigned to it, which annotates the difficulty of the game. Season 1, they were playing through the numbered cards. That would have been like 40 different cards if you include ace through 10 of all the different suits. Season 2, they solved all those. Season 2, they moved up to the face cards. Getting through the face cards gets them to the answer to their question, why are they there, and can they get back to their home, is what they're hoping.
Okay.
So
it's like an interdimensional type of a multiverse type of.
So I don't want to give away the ending because now one of the differences between at least what I took away from the show and what is conveyed, I think, in the manga is different, and I don't want to give it away. I'd almost like to do a follow-up with this if the viewers want to, because I feel like if I go too far into this, it's going to give it away, and I don't want to ruin it necessarily for anyone that wants to watch this, other than to say that at the very end, they do find out. They get through. Obviously, I don't think this is giving too much away. They get through all they get through all the face cards, and they do find out why they're there, what brought them there, where they've been, et cetera, et cetera. And then at the very end, and I put it up there on the screen, you get to see the camera kind of zooms in on a Joker card, which means now the Joker was pretty prevalent, I think, from what I've understand from the manga.
Okay.
Not so much the live action unless they do a season 3, which is what people were thinking when the camera zoomed in on that Joker. They're thinking that could possibly be a tell that there's going to be a season 3, or there may not be, because it kind of wrapped up. Season 2 kind of wrapped things up, but it did kind of leave that final scene where maybe there could be
it could be a possibility. All right.
Yeah. So again, I wish, man, I really want to go into the explanation of everything because it was actually kind of cool. It outguessed me. I thought it was going to be something lame, and it actually wasn't. It was actually kind of like, oh, okay, I didn't consider that. It was actually kind of surprised me, which is why I went ahead and gave it a 5 out of 5. Previously, I wasn't, because some of the episodes, even though they were about an hour or so, man, they seemed longer. There was a lot of unnecessary jibber jabber going on, but I went in and gave it a 5. I'm an easy grader, I'm an easy grader, I guess, but I went in and gave it a 5 because the ending did kind of like surprise me. I was like, oh, okay, all right, I didn't see that coming. So again, hey, maybe we'll follow up on this if the viewers want, and we can maybe talk about, find out if your wife is watching this. I recommend watching it.
I gotta find out. She probably has it on her list.
Yeah, hopefully, if it's not, tell her to add it. If she hasn't seen season 1, obviously start with season 1. But
she likes when the shows are over with, and then she can go right in. She don't like that once a week thing. She can't wait. She's gonna start watching Andor now because it's already played out. And she can sit down and watch it without any interruptions.
Netflix drops. They dump it all, which for good or bad.
There's a show I can't wait. It's coming out in a couple of weeks. But it's on HBO Max, I believe. The Last of Us.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Is that a game or a comic?
That was a game.
Yeah, okay.
It was a game.
Some people, I've heard people talking about is Netflix going to go more towards the Disney Plus, where they drop an episode every week, kind of that format? Will that maybe help them with their subscriptions? Because what happens a lot of times with Netflix, you binge it and then you're kind of like, okay, what's next? What have you done? A minute later, you're like, okay, what have you done for me lately, right?
Because people will binge out the whole thing. So, if you prolong it and you give the anticipation for next week.
Netflix has spoiled a lot of people I know, and they won't watch things until everything is lined up that they can watch it. Boom, 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 boom. But there's been some discussions that I've heard that maybe Netflix may be at least going to toy with the idea of doing some weekly drops or something to try and string out.
I actually think they should do that.
Subscriptions.
Like if they have like a small miniseries, maybe do that with the small miniseries.
Yeah.
So the people have the anticipation, and then the bigger shows, the bigger series, you can maybe, I don't know.
I know you don't watch as much TV as I do, which is obvious, but dropping week by week doesn't bother me. There's plenty of stuff that I can watch to occupy my time that I don't need to binge something all the way through. Now, I will do it if a show strikes me as really good. I will do it, but I'm not the kind of person that will just like, I'm not going to watch this until the whole thing drops. That's
my wife is like that. She wants to watch. Excuse me. She wants to watch the show. She instead of waiting, she'll wait till it finishes, and then she'll sit there and she'll watch it. She'll binge it.
My brother is like that. Okay, so my turn to open something. So this is our end of year episode. So might be a little long. Hope nobody minds, because we're going to try and do a couple of little segments in here. So let me open up something real quick, and this will be fast actually. This is something that I bought on eBay because I did not. I wasn't buying these things when they came out on Tops.
Let me guess what I know what you got. Because I think I might have the same thing you got.
Good. What do you got?
Well, I got something from Tops too.
Oh, well, this is nothing new from Tops. I got this on eBay, so this came out from Tops a while back.
Oh, wow. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I didn't get it when Tops dropped it, so I had to get it off eBay.
Okay.
So, but it is from Tops. The person I bought it from did leave it in the Tops protector little box. And let me take it out. And no surprise, It is the C3PO card, encased card I don't even, I want to call it an homage, but it's basically
Rapper.
The wrapper. It's a card, but it's the wrapper from the 1977.
That's pretty
Series
cool.
Yeah, so
I know they dropped a couple of things too. They dropped
and it's sealed and everything.
That's cool. We see the back. Oh, so it has the old Star Wars card backing too from the living set.
Yeah, it's it's obviously better quality, but yeah.
Cool.
So that's what I got for my first opening. That'll go in the other C3PO stuff. Now let's jump into, let's talk about, let's go ahead and do this, Dom. Whoops, can I see it? All right, you want to talk about this. You sent me this. Now, this is two separate things.
Separate things, yeah. So the Cyclonus is a like a translucent Cyclonus that's dropping on I'm trying to think of the company. I think TF. It's I don't know the company's name off the bat, but the Cyclonus. You know, the funny thing is that is my second favorite Transformer, Cyclonus, which came out.
That's kind of the clear purplish
figure
that's on the right side of the screen.
Yeah, it's like a holograph, like he's transporting, or he's like from a translucent, like they come out with that with everything. It's like the hologram Star Wars figures when
they've done other Transformer figures like this, because when you sent this to me, I thought, oh, maybe they're dropping a line. And so I went and did some Googling. I was like, oh, there's a bunch of these already. So this is just the
Cyclonus.
Cyclonus figure that's getting dropped.
Yeah, so I'm not.
Do you know when this is coming out?
It's coming out sometime in next year.
Okay.
So next year. So a lot of this stuff, which, like I said, that's my second favorite Transformer, and I might pick that up.
If you got the other ones in that clear plastic and you want the set, you got to go out and grab.
I think there's a Galvatron. I think Galvatron is like that too, if I'm not mistaken. But now on the left side.
Is what you really got excited.
Yes, this is really piquing my interest because we all know I'm a Soundwave fan. So rumor has it that the G.I. Joe and Transformers has a crossover, which they have G.I. Joe and Transformer crossing over, and they have the lines where the Transformers are the vehicles, and of course they add the Joes to it. So rumor has it that it's a rumor right now, but most likely it is definitely going to probably drop because it's something that people like. So we're gonna have a Soundwave Cobra Jeep, and apparently it's gonna have Ravage with it, and Zartan and Zorana. And we all know that I am a Zartan fan as well as a Soundwave fan, so this fits very, very dear to my heart. And if this does really drop, it becomes reality, I will be having this in my collection.
So Zartan is Soundwave is going to transform into the Jeep.
Yeah.
That Zartan drives?
Yes, Zartan's going to be in it with Zorana.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so
the Panther there, what is that? What is the Panther jumping?
That's Ravage. That's the cassette that goes into when Soundwave, because Soundwave was a cassette player back in the 80s. But he had some kind of different remodelings throughout the years.
This is going to be a good size figure then, right?
It's going to be pretty big. I got the Megatron and Baroness in the back, my collection back there somewhere. But it's the box is pretty. It's, if I can't, it's pretty.
It's big.
Pretty big, yeah. Now, a few years back, San Diego had a Transformer G.I. Joe crossover, which they had Soundwave as a HISS tank, and Zartan was part of that. So this is kind of that same line, Transformer G.I. Joe crossovers back in the early, maybe 2015, 14, if I'm not mistaken, that they had these in San Diego. But this is right now a rumor, but this is more reality.
So if this does become reality, you'll be able to order it probably on several different platforms like Entertainment Earth.
Yeah, Entertainment Earth, Haspulse, this and that. It all depends on if they make it exclusive. See, something like this, I could see being exclusive because it's two of the best characters, man. You have a Zartan and you have a Soundwave. You put them together, it's like peanut butter and jelly, and it's kind of like Oreo cookies. You got these are two cool characters, and
definitely. Well, if it does become reality, you can bet that Dom will let us all know.
Oh yeah,
you can bet on that. All right, Dom, let's open up something else.
Yes.
Your time.
All right, so we're gonna open up a card that I got from eBay. So they opened up some packs. Remember last week on the Star Wars show?
Oh yeah. The
packs. So
and the Boba Fett cards.
Yes, the Boba Fett cards. Now I went on eBay, and of course, now I have a couple of things in my sights that I'm looking to get, and I got a few more coming. So I was able to. So I went online to get this. Oh wow, this guy actually added some more stuff in it. So he. So I got first thing first. He sent me some. He put cards with it too. So I was able to get
all cards. Okay.
So the Arsenal.
Okay.
Boba Fett and the Rancor.
Rain. All right.
Boba Fett when he was having the trip, the drug trip.
Oh, that is that. What?
Yeah. When he was in the water, when he was thinking, when he was going to cycle, when he had the lizard went into his nose.
That trip.
That acid trip. So he actually gave me all these Boba Fett cards. I'm very surprised. Pretty cool. The infamous friggin' Grogu and Luke.
Grogu. Oop.
Yep.
I still say that scene means something. I still say it.
Let me tell you something. I'm hoping eventually to make a Funko Pop like this.
Well, I think, and I don't want to go down a rabbit hole. You keep flipping through the. Oh, he sent you two of those.
Right, there's two. Wow.
I just, all the flashbacks that Boba Fett had to his childhood. I can't. They got to mean something, or they mean anything, which I think is stupid.
I know that the Book of Boba Fett wasn't everybody's cup of tea, and I know that they missed the mark on a lot of things. There were some cool things in the show.
I'm thinking they're going to have a young Boba Fett series. I'm thinking those flashbacks.
I'm thinking if Disney is smart, they would put out a young Boba Fett series. Him, Boba Fett, when he's young, growing up to become the bounty hunter he is, and young kids can watch it. It'd be cool too. It's Star Wars. It'd be a Star Wars series. You can make a couple of years.
Yeah. And I think that's the best way to go. But anyway, we won't go down that rabbit hole.
Not yet. So
we will be there a while. So
the main thing is
boom on this one.
Now the main thing is what I bought from what I got was this, because I think it's freaking badass, and I think it's and I'm gonna get them all eventually if I find them. So that's what I got.
Oh,
the patch card.
Because you were looking at those during the show. You were on eBay looking at those. Whenever we, of course, it just dropped Sunday, but that was pre-recorded last week.
So
and during that, you were looking at those. Yeah.
Now
so you probably ordered that like right after the show, right after we taped.
Right after the show, right? Exactly. And there's a whole bunch of different variants on this, so different color schemes and limited number ones, which I'm very happy. And
so that one's not numbered then.
No, it's a regular one.
Okay.
But it's pretty badass. I like Boba lives with the helmet, and that's cool.
It's almost graffiti-like in a way. It's like something the Bean might draw.
And mind you, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of different patch cards for Boba Fett in that set. So if you're a Boba Fett collector,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so man, we got so much to choose from as far as what we want to do or what we're gonna do this show. So again, if we run long, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. Exactly. So what we wanted to do, since this is our final show of 2022, Dom and I thought that we would kind of think back and pick our top three.
Yep.
What I said?
You said top three.
Top three favorite pickups from 2022. Oops, my alarm is going off. From 2022. So let me make sure my phone doesn't ring. All right, now we're ready to rock.
There you go.
All right, so I'll go first.
Yeah, go right. You go first. Go ahead.
And boy, this was a tough one, dude. This was hard because it was rough. But so, and I couldn't. I'll be honest. I almost couldn't. I'm going to show four things. I'm going to start off by showing this. Of course, Astro gave me this, and I love it. I could not remember if he gave me this in 2020, the end of 2021 or in 2022. So I'm throwing this up just to show it off because I really like it, and as an honorable mention because I can't remember if this was 2021 or 2022. So I throw this up. So
yeah, I have mine that I think I bought that I got from him this year. So in the beginning, sometime. Yeah, so, I can't
remember. Number two is gonna be fresh in everybody's memories because I just showed it off last week.
Nice. Hey.
It is the black C-3PO that you could only get by going to the San Francisco Giants game back in September, and this one's very limited. So I'm super happy to be able to.
I'm glad you got that too. I'm very happy that you got it. Was able to get it.
Man, I tell you, this was a hard one. How many have I showed so far? That's I feel like I'm missing some. Oh, yeah, I'm missing one. All right, so this is number two. This is the my very first
Sideshow Hot Toy.
Sideshow. Good Lord, I can't think of it. Yeah, my very first Sideshow C-3PO figure. So I had to show that off because that's a little bit of a milestone for 2022. And finally, because this is what kicked it all off, I showed off a bunch of them a couple of weeks ago, my Star Wars weeklies, but this one kicked it all off. This is my 9.2 127, right? Yeah, 127 first appearance of Boba Fett in comics, which I picked up several months ago, and then of course led me down the
rabbit hole of darkness.
Trying to get those high grade weeklies. So okay, so Dom, your turn. What you got? What are your tops?
Okay, so first things first. The year was a great year when it came to collectibles. You know, there were so many collectibles that I enjoyed this year. So basically, this one kicked it off. So it's actually a double kickoff. So now I have two of these. I have one in my showcase, and I have an extra one that I bought. So Sideshow, speaking about Sideshow, friggin' surprised everybody and dropped this out of the woodwork when nobody knew. And I got, apparently people just hit me up like crazy when it dropped. So the Arena Boba Fett.
Oh, yeah.
Now the all black. So this was part one of that, which excited me that this dropped. And when I got it, when I seen it, I knew I had to have it. I knew I had to get it big time. But also what really got me too was when the Black Series came out with their own version, and that excited me. I was happy about that. This dropped a couple of weeks later after this dropped.
You really love the black armor, don't you?
You know what? I'm going to tell you a little story really quick.
Okay, really quick.
So the guys at my comic store always used to tell me, yo, Boba Fett ain't coming back. Boba Fett ain't coming back. You know, before the Mandalorian debuted. And I said, wouldn't it be cool Boba Fett came back and he got new armor and it was all black? This is all before this happened. And this was a couple of years ago that I spoke to them. All of a sudden, the writer for Bounty Hunters comes into the comic store, and I asked him, I go, anything with Boba Fett going to happen? He goes, I can't tell you anything, but something big is going to happen. All right. Mark, maybe a couple of weeks later, in the previews and online, a picture surfaced of Boba Fett in black armor with a friggin' axe, a battle axe. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, that's from the War of the Bounty Hunters.
Yeah, War of the Bounty Hunters. So when War of the Bounty Hunters was kicking off, I didn't know that he was going to wear black armor. So with that, after this all dropped, I told my friend, I said, is this what they're talking about? He's like, yes, but there's more. I'm like, what? And then when I went to the comic store, he's like, Dom, you predicted black armor years before this happened. So I liked the black armor, even though it was for like one issue and short and sweet, but it still was awesome. All right, so that was a twofer with that. Now, this is the second thing that I was most anticipated for 2022 when it dropped. And we showed it online. We showed it in one of the episodes. My Serpentho.
Long ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were super excited about that one.
I was very excited when this dropped, and I had to get it. And it was a HasCon exclusive, Haspulse exclusive. You can only get it online. And I was happy when this dropped. I was like, yes, finally, Serpentho. You know, yes, I'm a Zartan fan, but I also am a Serpentho fan. I like Serpentho for some reason. And then last but not least, come on, the ending of The Mandalorian Season 2, the end credit scene when Boba Fett went back to Jabba's palace and killed Bill Fortuna.
I know. Yeah. The only question is it? Yeah, it's Black Series. Okay.
So I had to get my hot toy, Boba Fett, on the throne. So
well, I'm a little surprised because I know you also have some throne collectibles with your girl.
Yes, Fennec. Yes, I also an honorable mention, the Iron Studio statue that I got with Fennec Shan, which is really good. You know, I got that. You know, it was a hard choice on picking how much stuff. Like, there was a lot of good collectibles that dropped. You know, I wasn't talking about any Funko Pops. There were some good Funko Pops that dropped too, but like the sodas, these drop, which I'm happy to have in my collection. But at the end of the day, it was a hard choice. But these are like really my top feelers of what I enjoyed this year.
All right, so Dom and I will be back. Well, we're not going anywhere, but we will a little later in the show. We're going to tell everybody, so Dom, don't let me forget, we're going to let everyone know what our goal is. What do you call it? Your New Year's resolutions for 2023. And we decided we'd come up with one or two of those. But before that, so I'm going to try and make this maybe not an every week thing, but whenever I can, I'm going to try and do this because I think the viewers like it. And, you know, viewers like, what do the viewers like? They like mystery boxes. So I went out, I got another one. This is again off of Whatnot. The seller is Unknown Comics Live, I think. Unknown Comics Live, I think is what it is. That's their logo. It's unknown.
Now, is it a slab or is it a raw copy?
These I think, if I remember right, man, it was a couple of weeks ago when I got this. So I know I've seen what's in this because they always show you, but I don't remember really. But I think this is 5 or 6 raw comics. I mean, I know the raw comics.
It's all Ghost Rider, or it's a mixed
Ghost Rider. Yeah, it was a Ghost Rider theme. So they were selling different mystery packs for different characters. They had like Thor, they had Captain America, Winter Soldier, and then I saw they had Ghost Rider, and I was like, okay, that'll be a good one because I collect Ghost Rider, and it'll be kind of cool to open it on the show. So, like I said, they always open it right then and there. That's just the way they do things usually. But I don't remember. So let's see what we got.
Hopefully you get something good out of there. You know.
Well, I don't know. The only way I will absolutely love this, and I don't think there was, if memory serves, is if there's some Bronze Age Ghost Rider. I don't think.
Now, let me ask you a question: Is there like a value of anything like you get in there, like anything that's big that you're looking for, like a secret, like any like
anything I'm looking for? No.
Or anything like to put in there that's a value that's like a main prize, like a main.
No, they just give you a floor and a ceiling and an average type thing. So there's no grail. There's no chance of a grail. But like I said, I just thought it'd be kind of fun to open these. And again, I don't know anything about any of these. Hell, I don't even know the artist that does these. So maybe you can help me out. So here's the first one. It is Ghost Rider. I assume Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider from the looks of it, but it is a virgin.
Ooh.
I don't think it's a cool cover.
Is
I
that
like
a Delgado? Is that Delgado?
Man, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I'll look it up and
look it up. But that looks badass stuff.
We record, or maybe I'll throw it in the chat on Friday.
You see, a book like that goes in a frame on the wall.
It's like cool. I like it.
It's nice. I like that.
The next one. Okay, I'm going to look through. I think just from kind of looking at the corners, and I think these are all virgin covers.
Okay.
This one looks like it is. What do they call it? What's the guy that's in space? Galactic Ghost Rider or something?
Oh, Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Cosmic Ghost Rider. So I think this is Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Yes, Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Still,
that's a pretty badass cover too.
It's a cool cover. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah.
You know, he's the Punisher from. So Cosmic Ghost Rider was the Punisher that became the Cosmic Ghost Rider.
I've never read that storyline. I just, I like Ghost Rider. So
yeah. Come on, you put Ghost Rider with the Punisher, you have a badass Cosmic Ghost Rider.
So this one says, I don't know what this means. It looks like Infinity DNA 2.22. I don't know what any of that means. Again, it looks like the Johnny Blaze because he's holding the chain. I don't really know what that means on there.
Oh, that's what's his name? That looks like what's his name? He does a lot of covers. He did a lot of Star Wars covers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think.
I'll have to look it up.
I believe. I could be mistaken.
Oh, that's a cool cover. I'm going to skip that one and bring it up last. This one looks like another. I don't know. This is another Johnny Blaze, probably. Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Johnny Blaze or Danny Ketch.
Okay.
It looks like a Danny. That looks like a Danny Ketch. The bike. Danny Ketch.
They didn't throw any Bronze Age in here, which is kind of a bummer.
But those covers are badass, man. That's a good. Cool I like that. You got a good deal. $40 for that. Those books are good.
And lastly, I don't know. You have to tell me who these are. So I see Wolverine on this cover. Obviously, I see Ghost Rider. Tell me who they're fighting because I do not have a clue who they're fighting. So that's a cool cover.
Who the heck is that? That looks like a. I don't know. That looks like a monster that's from out of the depths of hell. Who knows? Yeah. Probably a brand new character. I don't know.
Cover though. I like it.
It is a cool cover.
Pretty cool.
I don't know who that character is. I can't tell.
So that was 1, 2, 3. What is 5? Am I counting right? 5. Yeah. 5 for $40. Virgin. So I'm sure those are exclusives too. So obviously they're not AB etc. incentives. So that's it. So now that we've opened that up, Dom, let's jump into, and this one might take, we'll go through these pretty fast, I think. But actually, this is something that, this is not something you sent me, but it's something that we talked about doing more of on this show, showing releases of this collecting area, genre, whatever. And some of it actually, if it was Star Wars, some of them we might have talked about on the show, I'm not sure. But we talked about doing more Lego stuff. And so I did a quick search for Lego drops in 2023, and I found a couple of articles. So I figured, hey, let's talk about it since we said we're going to try to do more Lego stuff. And I threw the prices up here. So some of them you just kind of maybe roll your eyes at because there's a lot more that I didn't put in here because there were a lot of drops coming out in January.
Yeah, a lot of new stuff. A lot of new pieces for like a lot of the movies that are coming out.
So I picked this one, the Jazz Club, mainly because of the price, because it's $230 and it looks like it's just under 3,000 pieces to this thing. So I don't know, man.
I don't have the patience for that. They can keep it
right there. That's a commitment and a half. But
yeah, I don't have the time and the patience for that. You know, I'll be sitting there. I have the damn Boba Fett helmet that I haven't built yet. I have it sitting over there somewhere. And I have Slave 1 over there too that I didn't open.
The other one on the screen, obviously, Dom, you might have talked about this one. I can't remember.
Yeah, we did last week.
Yeah, it's coming out.
It's the first Lego piece of Sloan of what's the face? the Imperial officer. What the hell's the first name?
Ray Sloan.
Yeah, Grace. Yeah. Is it?
I don't know. Sloan.
I'm not sure. I can't. Well, Sloan. Well, the Imperial officer that Marco likes a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about that one before. Next, when I first saw this one, I thought Friends. I was thinking of the TV show Friends, and I started looking at it a little closer. I'm like, no, this is not the TV show Friends. This is just some kids,
random friends, bogus friends,
random friends. They basically have a little town you can put together. I picked this one. I don't know why I picked this one. Maybe
it's good for the kids.
On the page, I have no idea.
$100,
$100 for this. So yeah.
No, it's funny. Speaking about Lego, I was watching a thing with the top Lego sets of that came out last year, and the number one Lego set from Star Wars, Boba Fett Palace.
Oh, well, that's no surprise. Boba Fett, yeah.
This is the most fun because a lot of characters, a lot of things that you can do with it. And I was thinking about picking it up because it comes with Boba Fett on the throne.
Yeah,
$100, but like I said. I'll get it eventually.
You would never.
I'll never.
We have Minecraft, something else I know absolutely nothing about, but I know people.
Yeah, my nephew loves Minecraft.
They're pretty cheap too. So obviously, I think if there's anything I've learned from Pete talking about Legos, it's all about the part count, right? The piece count.
Yeah.
So this one's probably, I can't really see it. Looks like maybe 250 pieces or something.
252 pieces.
Yeah. So. They had several Minecrafts come out too. This is just the one I picked, probably the biggest one on the page.
So. I really like the fact that Lego's putting out cheap Lego price, like $10 Legos. They're doing those $10, which is really cool. That
make it a variety for all spending ranges. That's cool. Now this one, these are cool. I like these, but I don't know what Monkey Kid is. I wish I did. It looks like
it's
Japanese, maybe.
Yeah, cartoon. I think there's a TV show or something. I think the Monkey Kid.
Several of these. I picked these. These were my favorite too. There's like 4, maybe 6 of these that drop.
Pretty expensive too. You got $159.
$160 for
Monkey
that.
King Ultra Mech.
Ultra Mech.
Yellow Tusk Elephant. $79. $80.
There was another one that was more expensive than the elephant, but less expensive than the Ultra Mech.
Okay.
But I just like the elephant, so I put it on. I thought the elephant looked kind of cool. Again, I don't know anything about this. Never heard of it before.
Yeah, neither did I.
Very popular. So, and they look cool. I have to admit,
they do.
Cool. Yeah. Now this is our bread and butter right here. So you may or may not have talked about some of these. I don't know, but
no, I didn't talk about these.
Marvel are our bread and butter. These are coming out in January. You have the Miles Morales versus Morbius Corvette looking.
But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's only $25. $25.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I mean, the piece count, I can't see what it is, but
the piece count is it's I don't have the piece count
on that one.
I don't see it.
And then you have over there for about $50, you have Iron Man, Black Hulkbuster, Battle of Wakanda. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now the next one, you go ahead.
No, I'm saying that's pretty cool. The Marvel, the Miles Morales versus Morbius. You can get it just for the Morbius piece.
Hey, the car is sharp. I like the car.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too. Yeah.
So the next one you talked about. Oh, go ahead.
I'm saying that you all know that Spider-Man had his little buggy back in the 70s. You know, the little spider buggy, the Spider-Mobile.
That looks almost like the Batmobile, only.
Yeah. True.
So the next one, because you mentioned about, hey, I might just pick this up because a few minutes ago you said you may pick up this Boba Fett piece because it's Boba Fett. I may pick up this Ghost Rider piece because it's Ghost Rider.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know. It's not that bad, like $35 for the Johnny Blaze on the bike. I assume that's Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, Ghost Rider mech bike. It looks like everybody, but that's pretty cool. Oh wow, you get a Ghost Rider figure too.
Yeah, I probably never open it, but I just like the way it looks in the box. Looks pretty good. And then smaller box because it was a smaller picture, so it looks smaller, but larger price is the Avengers Quinjet for $100, which looks like it comes with several figures too.
Yeah, they don't have the piece count there either, so.
No, they don't. Yeah.
No. But the Ghost Rider looks pretty cool. I like that.
I like the Ghost Rider too. I may pick that one up if I haven't spent a whole bunch of money on other things. And finally, so all these came out in January, and then it jumped maybe everything's coming out early in the year, because the next one, the next slide is for what's coming out in March, and then there was nothing else listed in the article. So maybe they just went through early 2023. But hey, we got some Harry Potter fans in the house, do we?
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe, I'm sure we do. A lot of Harry Potter stuff dropping in March.
Okay.
Including each one of the banners, the house banners, for about $35 a piece, and then you have the Room of Requirement, Hogwarts Room of Requirement for $50, and the Tri-Wizard Tournament for $45. So
okay, nice, not bad. A lot of Legos.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of
I
Lego.
can tell you one thing about Lego. Lego is very consistent when it comes out with drops.
Yeah, this is just This is just a
I know there's a lot.
There's a lot in that article. Yeah,
there's a lot. You know what? We can add some more next week.
Yeah. I know. I don't know this. Harry Potter is a little. I'm a little on the older side, so Harry Potter's not really my jam. But I know people love Harry Potter, especially people both my son's age. They like their Potter. So
I never got into Harry Potter. Never got into it.
I honestly don't know if I even finished watching all of them, to be honest with you. I really don't know. I say the same thing about Lord of the Rings. I don't know if I finished watching all those either. So
I never watched Lord of the Rings either. I am the worst geek ever, nerd ever.
Yeah, all right, Dom, you want to open up something?
Sure. Let's open up this. I got this bad boy. It's a comic book. So I got this from eBay, and it was pretty cheap too. I picked it up for less than $50, like $40. With taxes and everything, came out to like $43.
Oh, you said it's a comic book. Is it graded?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
It's a graded book.
Anything below $50 for a graded comic, I think, is a good deal. I mean, unless it's a modern comic that's just graded, has a terrible grade.
Yeah. So I seen it. I said, you know what? Let me pick it up. It was cheap, and I have another one that I might be picking up soon. It's also cheap too. So, but we all know what I collect, right?
A lot of stuff.
I do. But what is my number one thing?
Boba Fett. You only buy graded stuff at Boba Fett.
What about this?
All right, so you're still trying to get all. Is that number one, right? So you're still trying to get all the 9/8 in the number one. So
I'm trying to get all. Yep.
Is there a virgin to that cover too that you're gonna have to get?
So I think so. I'm not sure.
If it's an exclusive, it's 9 out of 10. It's going to be
That's a variant edition, which makes no sense. Now I'm actually looking at this book. So it's a 9/8, right? Look at the corner. I don't know if you can see the corner where. Look, I want to show you. Let's try to get it over.
Is there some fuzz on the corner?
No, it's like. Let me try to get it over. If you look at the corner where the barcode is, it's like a crease on the corner.
It could have happened after it was graded while they were casing it. It could have happened. It could have happened anytime. But and I think you also have to remember too. Now I'm not a grading expert. I'm far from it. That's why I usually buy stuff that's already graded, and very rarely grade stuff of my own. 9/8 aren't perfect. Remember, I mean, 10s are perfect. 10s are perfect. People a lot of times think 9/8 are perfect.
Look, we were talking about the 9/8 that I'm thinking about now, falling into that rabbit hole of they have some graded Funko Pops now by PSA. So, and look, to be honest, just think if you was to get one of these in a 10, because Funko Pops are very hard to find in mint condition, let alone, you might get lucky with a 9, but a 10?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, only to me, I mean, I know there's 10s out there, but it's got to be a certain kind of comic book stock paper. I mean, this thing basically has to have has very little handling at all in order to get a 10. I know 9/8 are considered perfect, but what I was saying is just, you got to remember 9/8 really aren't.
Well, 9/9s. You have 9/9s that are actually.
So. All right. Well, since you showed us a graded comic, I am going to show a couple of graded comics. These are a couple of graded comics that I picked up. I went ahead and I checked because I didn't want to be fighting with the bubble wrap, and I'm glad I did. So these are already opened, but I will show them. So it won't take a whole lot of time. This is a 9/8. I picked these up on Whatnot Options. I'm bored. I find myself on Whatnot more and more. Shame
it's like the
me.
QVC of the new age.
Yeah. And being bored. It used to be being bored and on eBay. Now for me, it's bored and on Whatnot, and it gets me into trouble. But so I picked these up for about $50 a piece.
Okay.
At least, well, the first three I'm about to show, I picked up for $50 a piece on Whatnot. This is Star Wars High Republic #7, Virgin, the Torino cover.
Okay. Okay, cool. That's a nice one.
With
I like
Kiwi, that. Kiwi and the Wayseeker. I can't remember her name. Darn it.
Yeah, I like her. I like her. I like that girl.
The double saber, which I still, cool. I still don't understand the double lightsaber. I don't get it unless it breaks apart. I really don't see the.
Now all of a sudden there's different versions of double lightsabers. Everybody has them now.
This is High Republic 10, the Virgin edition of another Torino cover of #10.
Oh, how about Chris? I like her. I know she didn't do anything like people hate on her. I actually like her character.
I think people expected too much from her character, and I don't think her story's not over yet, as far as I'm concerned. But
but I got a feeling she's going to go out with a bang because everybody dies in the High Republic. Come on.
Yeah, I think people were expecting just like something just Anakin-like out of what I mean, something really. And I think they were over expecting. Dom, I finally got this one after giving up on Marco finally ever sending me one. I waited. I did not let FOMO get me. So this is another lesson of do not get FOMO. Wait, because at one point a 9/8 of this comic was probably running in the at least $150, if not more, maybe up close to $200. I got this for $50.
Nice.
Finally got it.
Actually, it's funny. Kidding aside, that book is actually going up again.
Is it going up now?
It started to go up again, but that's cool. Hey, $50 is perfect. That's a good pickup.
And lastly,
every collector needs that in their collection. You need that in your personal collection.
Yeah, it's his first cover appearance. And now this one, I did not get this on Whatnot. I got this on eBay. This is a comic book that we are tracking in our Tales from the Dark Side draft that we're updating Pete's updating or Marco's updating every couple of months. I want to say this is Marco's comic book, and I don't know how much. I think I paid $125 for. I don't even. No, I didn't even pay that. I paid less than $100 for this. Yep. I'd have to double check. I'll double check and I'll maybe put it in the chat on Friday. But it's a 9/6 of 71.
First boss. Nice.
If you want to say it's the first full appearance of Bosk, I won't. It's not the first appearance of Bosk. He was in 42.
He was.
But if we want to say this is the first full appearance of Bosk, because it marks all the check boxes and all this other stuff. I don't think I've ever even read this comic. So, but this is the accepted first full appearance of Bosk.
It's a pretty cool cover too. I like it.
I don't think I paid over. I want to say like $70, $80.
You know what's cool about that cover? About that comic? Think about it. That's back in the 80s, right? The original run of Star Wars. You have Luke and Lando on the cover. Remember, Luke and Lando went on a lot of adventures together.
Yeah.
Afterwards to find the thing. So that's kind of like, really think about it, that they had that already sketched out back in the 80s.
So, yeah, we'll see how that. Hopefully, I bring down Marco's average because I don't think I paid a lot for that. I think 75 or 80. I'll double check.
Those books, 9/6s all day. If you can get 9/6s at a cheap price.
Yeah, if you can get a Bronze Age Star Wars for even a 9.4 for a good price.
I got a 9.6 first Boba Fett newsstand. I have that.
Yeah.
You know, I want to get. I need to get the direct, the comic one, and I need to get the Mark Jewelers variant. Those are the two I'm missing in my collection.
All right, so I have a couple of other things, but right now we are going to go into our 2023 New Year's resolution. So I did not write these down, so I didn't
write my things down either.
I don't know if I'm even going to remember. Well, I'll tell you what, you go first. You go first.
Okay.
No, you go first because I'm not even sure.
Okay, I'll go first. All right, I'll go first.
You're just talking, right? You don't have anything to show. Okay.
No, I'm not going to have anything to show. I'm just going to talk.
Future. In the future.
So the New Year is approaching, 2023, and for my New Year's resolution in collecting and stuff like that is I'm actually going to downsize a lot of my collection in 2023 and focus on stuff that I do want, because I am actually after some grails in Boba Fett wise, because I do want to pick up original Boba Fett's that I want in my collection. I want the original 1980s, and I want the 3 different versions. I want the Boba Fett in the Star Wars card, the Boba Fett in the Empire Strikes Back card, and the Empire and Return of the Jedi card. I want those 3 versions of Boba Fett in my collection. There's multiple variants of those things all over the place. You got the Canadian, you got the, the Morocco, you got the Palestine, you got all these different. I just want those 3 for my collection. So that's my my 2023. But that might be a little further, a couple years. But downsizing and focusing on my collection on what I want to collect, not just randomly buying things like crazy. That's my.
I hear that. So for me, so I'm going to start back. I'm going to start with a quick look back at 2022. So 2022 is when I first decided that I was going to do my IG videos, which my package opening IG videos. Yes. If anybody remembers, those were my parts were showing videos. So that kind of, I was already doing the YouTube stuff with Pete and Marco and you guys, but I started doing these, the IG videos, package openings, and that led to this show. Really, you and I got together and said, "Hey, let's make a show of us doing these openings." So my goal in 2020, one of my goals, I think I have 2. One of my resolutions, and I mentioned it before, is I'd like to see. We want to continue for this show to grow.
Yep.
How we're going to do that, I don't exactly know. I do know it's probably going to involve a fair amount of giveaways, and we're going to need the viewers' help, which hopefully these giveaways will entice the viewers to spread the word. So that's 2023. I'd like to see this show continue to grow. Other than that, my resolution kind of echoes what you were saying. Maybe downsize, but also, so when I was collecting football cards many years ago, it finally got to the point where I had to focus my collection. I had to really focus my collection, or else you just spend way too much money. I don't feel like I've reached that point in collecting Star Wars yet. So I would like to in 2023, because none of us are made out of money, as my parents would say.
Oh yeah.
I would like to find that focus of my Star Wars collecting, whether it's comic books. Obviously, I'm going to continue with the C-3PO stuff, but whether it's comic books, collectible toys, autographed prints, whatever the case may be, I kind of like to find that niche and kind of stick to it. So that's where I'm at. So hey, viewers, throw your resolutions in the comments. We might if we get any, and it's okay. Well, hey, we'll air them on our episode 2022, first episode of 2023. Maybe we'll show some. All right, Don, I'm going to open up.
I got one last thing.
One last thing. All right.
One last thing. Another card. Another eBay purchase. So So let me tell you something. You can't have one card that's a patch without having another card that's a patch. And look, and this one it's a gold, so it's numbered to 25. Only 25 of these.
Is the number on the front or back?
Yep, it's right over the front, right over here.
Okay, okay, I see it now. All right, cool.
Yeah, so here, if I can see it, let me try to turn it to a point where
you don't have to do the math. I see it.
There you go.
You don't have to do the math, but hey, next week maybe you'll let us know exactly, because you said you want to chase them all. Exactly how many cards will that be in order for you to get them all?
I have a few more coming, so they should be coming next.
Are there one of ones? Because one of ones will throw a fly in the ointment.
So apparently, I have my eye on a couple of printing plates. You know what printing plates are, right?
Yep.
So they're one-on-ones. So there's a couple of Boba Fett printing plates that, they're a little.
But what about those patch cards that you're chasing? Are there one-on-ones for that?
There's one-on-ones too in the patch cards.
Good luck.
If I can get a couple, listen. If I can get a few, like, just give me. I just want a few in the collection, but these patch cards look really badass, man. When I first saw the cards, I really didn't like. I didn't want to collect the cards. I know that Boba Fett. I want the tin. I want to get the tin. But when I saw the patch cards, I'm like, yo, these things look badass. I need to get these things with the friggin' just the way the patches are and the Mentosaur in the middle. And come on.
I'll keep my eye open for you. If I see some good ones, you have to let me know what your spending range is. I'll let you know if I see any.
Let me know.
Hey,
definitely.
So there is one more. Actually, we have one more slide to show. One more things that are actually they're available for order right now. We like to show these when they come up because some of them are just characters that we just like. Really, right? Hey, if you're a set collector, you got to have them all. And hey, there's more living set cards to order. These are currently running. I think they started Tuesday. I think they started, and they expire on January 3rd. So they're running for a week. We've got Lieutenant Bolandine, and we've got Droopy McCool. Droopy's. I can see people going after Droopy. I don't know about the LT there, but Droopy McCool. I'm sure I did not check because I was in a little bit of a hurry putting these slides together. I did not check to see if they had these for not up numbered to 99. They might. They probably do. They usually do, which are the oversized cards, as we found out whenever you showed the Boba Fett.
Yep.
And the one of ones, I'm sure, are already gone. Those things are gone right away. But we always like to show these. If you happen to be building this set, then hey, we want you to know when that new card's released. And sometimes it's just off the wall, so we like to make fun of them.
I would love to see the one person that has a complete set of one-on-one.
There's nobody.
You can never have it. Nobody can have a complete set.
Yeah, I think anybody that's buying those one-of-ones are buying them to flip. That's the only reason, because there's no way you're ever going to have all of them. No way.
And if you do, more power to you.
Yeah, more power to you. Especially, you're not going to get them off the Topps website. Now, you might be lucky and fish them all out, but there's so many, dude. We're on card 374. There's no way you're getting all these one-on-ones. No way. But anyway, they're always cool because we're kind of like, some of the characters. Droopy McCool, hey, he is cool. So we're gonna. I like that pick. Lieutenant Bolandine, I don't know. Couldn't pick him out of a lineup. I have no idea who the guy is.
True.
But there you have it.
So,
and yeah, go ahead, man.
No, I was going to say, yeah, so that set is going to continue. There's so many see, that's the thing. Look how many characters there are in Star Wars. And
it's just growing.
Hasbro, Funko continue to make the same repackaging characters over and over and over again. And you have all this vast look, no one's going to run out and go, ooh, I want the Droopy McCool Funko Pop. But you know what you do with that?
Oh, well, that in a set. The band. If you're trying to get the band back together, you might.
I know what I'm saying, but you put that and you make it a limited edition piece at a convention that is part of a set. That's how you do it.
Yeah, but I mean, from your vantage point, that's cool because you want your collection to be as rare as possible. But from a company trying to make money perspective, you want to sell them to whoever, to as many as you can. So limited is not always the best option. Hey, I got one more thing to open. Let me put myself on the big screen. Right. And this is from, without doxing myself, this is from Entertainment Earth. It's about the size of a pop box, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's a pop. Probably C3PO, if I had to guess. I don't know what else I would have ordered.
Maybe it's a Ghost Rider pop.
I don't think I've ordered a Ghost Rider pop. So, well, it is not a pop because it's not big enough to be a... All right.
Yeah.
Dom, you can include me in your camp of not knowing what the hell you buy.
There you go.
Because I remember buying these, but I thought I already had them. I don't know. All right. Unless they sent me more, I thought I already had these. But these are fig pins of Echo.
Oh, there you go.
And a fig pin of Crosshair. But I could have swore I opened these like a long time ago. So anyway, lost track of them somehow. Either that or they sent me duplicates, which I doubt. So obviously I lost track of what I've been opening. So I feel your pain, Dom. I feel your pain.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Was not a pop.
Let me ask you a question. Are you going to get the Hot Toy Bad Batch Hot Toys?
No, that's part of that 2023 resolution right there, my friend.
There you go.
Got to scale down. In fact, of all the Bad Batch stuff that I've been buying over 2022, the only thing that I currently have on display in my little cave is this. That's the only thing. All my black. You know
what's cool about that? I seen it on clearance, but at the same time, I think that's gonna go up in significant value down the road. I think, you know why? Because it's the only way you can get them without the helmets. They didn't make individual ones. They made the individual ones with the helmets.
But all my pins I've got and my Black Series, they're all in storage now. So
shit, man, the Black Series Hunter is actually going for $80 online.
Oh, really? Maybe I'll sell it. Maybe I'll
Hunter is the people want Hunter.
Well, Hunter is the ladies' man.
How does Omega say it? Hunter.
He's the handsome one after all.
He's the Rambo. Tamira Morrison.
Yeah. All right. So have we forgotten anything? You know, we're still doing all right. We didn't go as long as I thought. Have we forgotten anything?
I think we got everything.
I think we covered everything. So
I think we did.
All right. So hey, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We hope that your New Year's resolutions all come true. We hope that everyone has a healthy, safe, and prosperous New Year, and that all of your hunting is fruitful. Exactly. I'm Jedi Johnson 22. As always, take care of yourself, take care of those around you. I will see you in 2023 down the road. Dom, take us home.
I'd like to wish everyone a happy New Year. May the force be with you, and definitely no disintegrations in 2023. Let's hope. Let's hope on that. We'll see you next video. Peace out, guys.
Bye.